Hey, there's a 5 at the end of the date, 2025, and welcome to the new year. With Aaron Glandon, I'm Dan Ramey. Welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live, the first one for the year.
Yes, and no Mike Smith.
No Mike Smith today. He'll be with you tomorrow. Did you have an enjoyable New Year's experience?
Yes. I always wonder, because this was Chuck's first New Year's party.
Chuck the cat.
Chuck, my cat.
Okay.
Because last year I was at a friend's house, and this year friends came over to my place. And I wonder if Chuck knows that we are into another year.
I don't think he cares.
No, he probably doesn't care.
Most cats don't care about anything but themselves.
Oh,
so
Chuck is different.
You know,
he cares about me.
Did he wear the party hat?
No, he didn't.
It didn't use one of the little blower things.
No.
Okay. Just on his own.
Yes.
Hanging out, being a cat.
Yes.
As most cats do. Our cats were happy because they got a little catnip thing for Christmas, and they've been running across the house going nuts.
Yeah.
So, at any rate, welcome to the new year. We hope you had a safe and happy start to the new year. We're going to have a weird circumstance with weather. When I say weird, it's like it's never happened before, but we may see some heavy snow coming our way. And our forecast for today, we are looking at cloud cover, temperatures not to reach any higher than 36 today. But as we progress, we're seeing ahead into Sunday. We may have some significant wintry weather. Some forecasters are saying we could see 6 to 12 inches of snow in southern Ohio. Now you see, according to the National Weather Service, they have the high concentration. If you down in Brown County, down along the Ohio River, down towards Portsmouth, you're on that outer edge of the high potential for snow. But here to the north of that in Ross County, and these portions could still see 10 inches of snow.
Wow.
Depends on what the temperature is as this all happens. So I think I saw something on Facebook yesterday. I've got the milk, I've got the bread, and we're ready to go. You know, I might have to get some kerosene for my kerosene heater and that sort of thing in case we lose power. But if you've got a Generac generator, then you're doing all right, I guess. Well, I say that specifically because that's what we hear most about. But if you have any brand of generator, you're probably ahead of the game in that fashion. So temperatures will be in the teens during all this as well. So we have the potential for it to be somewhat catastrophic. This is the panic part. This is where we all go, ah! Because the snow's coming.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Right inside. Much like how Chuck probably celebrated New Year's, right?
Yes.
All right, so that's the early bit of what we have to share with you here today. As we progress, we'll see more of that. And Monday, be prepared to shovel just in case so you can get to work.
Okay.
All right, coming up in a moment to look at news along with sports and this state in history. Scioto Valley Dumpsters. They have dumpsters available for you to fill all the junk in there, and then they'll come haul it away for you. 740-253-8389 is the number to reach Scioto Valley Dumpsters.
As a basketball coach and a dad, I need to be able to keep up.
Mark came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc.
I was so confident in Dr. Fleming, he explained everything.
Together, they decided on minimally invasive spinal surgery to relieve Mark's pain and get him back to what matters most. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
And if you missed it on Tuesday, we announced the Player of the Year, and that is Ainsley Weaver. We'll be presenting her with the trophy next week. It's possible we might do it at Paint Valley Elementary. They have an awards ceremony coming up next Friday.
Oh.
So it would be a perfect
On
fit.
location.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and depending upon what time the awards ceremony is, we may be able to do the show from there.
That would be nice.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be cool.
So either way, we will have that presentation for you next week. And Nate Steinbrook's getting that all prepared for us. I'm supposed to pick it up today.
There we go.
Looking forward to having that. And coming up in the show today, we'll announce our first Player of the Week for 2025. But first, let's get to news. And you can find that on our website, littermedia.com, also in our Facebook feed and Littermedia X. You can hear programs and interviews on Spotify as well as Spreaker. So details are available at your fingertips. And starting off, Ross County Commissioner Jack Everson was a guest on Litter Media's live special edition on Tuesday, where he discussed the new Ross County Thoroughfare Plan with Mike Smith.
We had a comprehensive plan worked up that has 8 parts, and Thoroughfare Plan, which is roadways, is part of that. The main part of that, we have a housing shortage, and we have a low inventory and high demand. And that drives the prices up. That results in high purchase price. It results in high county property taxes. And so one of the many ways to relieve that is more inventory. The supply-demand curve of that will roll out to reduce prices. There won't be bidding wars because there's only a small number of houses available. So we have a lot of housing development plans for 2025 to start, and mapping out the county and what are the best locations for these housing developments to go into. And we don't do that by the parcel because we don't tell property owners what they can and can't do with their properties. We look for advantageous situations, connecting roadways, good commuter traffic going to Columbus. We have a high volume of that in this county. So we want to service that, especially in view of the Intel plant coming on board and the Honda battery plant in Jeffersonville coming on board. So State Route 35 is a good avenue for the battery plant. 23 North is a good avenue for the Intel plant. 10,000 new employees in those 2 locations combined. That's high demand, and we want some of the people from Ross County to be players in those workforces.
You can find the entire interview with Mike Smith and Jack Everson on our YouTube channel.
Becky Hammond, Executive Director of Pickaway County Community Action Organization, will retire on January 31st from the nonprofit agency she's led since February of 2020. Hammond joined PICCA as Emergency Services Director in 2003 and served as Deputy Director before being named to the top job in 2020. Beginning February 1st, current PICCA Deputy Director and CFO Denise Pontius will serve as Interim Executive Director until Hammond's position is filled.
Circleville Rotary Clubs are recruiting new members for 2025. Interested persons are invited to attend one or both of their meetings they'll be having on Tuesday, January 14th. Now, these are special meetings from what I understand. The Circleville Sunrise Rotary meeting that day will be held at 7 a.m. at the Circleville Presbyterian Church on East Mound Street, and the Noontime Rotary will have a later meeting at 5 o'clock at the Pickaway County Library on North Court Street, where you can learn more about becoming a Rotarian.
The Ohio Department of Natural Resources Division of Wildlife has collected and submitted samples from multiple dead wild birds to test for the presence of highly pathogenic avian influenza in Ohio. While awaiting test results from the U.S. Department of Agriculture's National Veterinary Services Laboratory, the Division of Wildlife is considering reports of dead birds in 9 counties, including Montgomery and Warren counties, as presumed positive for HPAI. The virus does not present an immediate public health concern, but avoid handling sick or dead birds as a precaution. You can report sick or dead wild birds suspected of HPAI at 800-WILDLIFE, which is 945-3543, or at wildohio.gov. The following bird species should be reported: any raptor such as a bald eagle, waterfowl such as geese or ducks, and any other large congregation of sick or dead birds.
When I think of raptor, I think of the ride at Cedar Point. Raptor.
I think of Jurassic Park and velociraptors.
Yeah. And I think the raptor at Cedar Point is named after a dinosaur, not the bird.
Right.
But at any rate, I digress. A major salute goes out to law enforcement task forces organized under the Ohio Organized Crime Investigations Commission, who confiscated more than $92 million in illegal drugs in 2024, along with 560 firearms and $4.7 million in currency. The Central Ohio OOCIC/HIDTA, Major Drug Interdiction Task Force, and the Ohio State Highway Patrol stopped a commercial vehicle in Madison County carrying 300 pounds of methamphetamine, 17.6 pounds of cocaine, and 30 pounds of marijuana. This was back on August 3rd. In total, the contraband had an approximate street value of $14.6 million and is believed to be the largest meth interdiction in state history.
Wow.
That's a lot of illegal drugs and also a lot of money. Funeral services will be held at 1 p.m. tomorrow for Corrections Officer Andrew Lansing, who was killed at the Ross County Correctional Institution on Christmas morning. Visitation will be held today from noon until 6 p.m. at Hatton Memorial Gymnasium inside Chillicothe High School. That's also where the funeral will be held tomorrow. Burial will follow in Grandview Cemetery. Coming up in a moment to look at sports for you. Big win for the Buckeyes yesterday. Details and more coming up. But first, let's tell you about Haynes Total Healthcare Center. You'll find them on One Health Drive just off of Marietta Pike here in Chillicothe. I think it's actually Marietta Road, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But Haynes takes care of your chiropractic needs, physical therapy needs. They can help you there, and nutritional needs, and many other things, too. You want to find out more about them? Just click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com, and it takes you to hayneshealth.com.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Life, it can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Time for sports, and we start off with a Buckeye victory yesterday in the granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl. This thing was over early.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't get over it. It was just, I was sitting there thinking, okay, they may be up by 30 points, but in the same respect, there's like 25 minutes of football time to play.
Right.
That gives Oregon plenty of time to come from behind. But that was the naysayer in me. Way to go, Buckeyes. They racked up 500 yards of offense, limited the powerful Oregon Ducks to, 290 yards, something like that. So congratulations on the win. 41-21 to win the Rose Bowl. Now they take on the Texas Longhorns, who picked up a 39-31 overtime victory over Arizona State. And I really thought Arizona State was going to win this game. So with the victory in this contest, that sends the Buckeyes and Texas to face each other in the Cotton Bowl in Texas, which has always been a good place for Ohio State to play. They've had great success in Jerry's house.
Jerry's house.
We'll see what happens.
The house that Dak built.
Yes. So it's the Buckeyes and Hook'em going at it. That will be on a Friday night, January 10th. Now, Penn State, earlier in the week, this would have been, New Year's Eve, picked up a 31-14 win in the Fiesta Bowl over Boise State, which did not look like Boise State needed to have the bye.
No.
I think they need to rethink the byes as far as conference championships are concerned, because it didn't mean diddly for those who won them. Penn State picking up the 31-14 win. They will play in the Sugar Bowl, which has been postponed to this afternoon in the aftermath of that deadly French Quarter terror attack on New Year's Day. Georgia will face Notre Dame in the Sugar Bowl at 4 o'clock this afternoon. The winner takes on Penn State in the Orange Bowl on Thursday, January 9th. We have 2 Litter Media radio games of the week. This Friday night, I'll be heading down to Eastern in Pike County as the Western Indians go cross county to take on Eastern. Aaron will be with me there as well, but he won't be on the air. Saturday, Hamilton Township is at Fairfield Union. Hamilton Township is undefeated, 8-0 going to this contest. Fairfield Union's 3-1 in the Mid-State League. Mike Smith and B.J. Daly and Aaron Glanton will also be at that contest on Saturday night. You'll be able to hear it all on Litter Media Radio, available through littermedia.com. Ohio State men's basketball team now facing only Big Ten opponents the rest of the way. The Buckeyes are 1-1 in Big Ten play following wins over Rutgers, a win over Rutgers and a loss to Maryland back in early December, that first week. This funky thing that they've done with the larger Big Ten, it just really messed up the schedule. So everybody played 2 games in Big Ten play already. Coming off of a 103-83 win over Indiana State on Sunday, the Bucks will host number 18 Michigan State tomorrow night. Tip-off at Schottenstein Center is scheduled for 8 p.m. Our Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union, is Southeastern junior Reese Ruckle, who had a memorable game against Waverly last week, a double-double in double overtime. Ruckle scored 28 points and grabbed 22 rebounds in the win against Waverly. She also reached the 500 rebound mark in that game. Congratulations to Reese Ruckle. That's a lot of missed shots when you think about it. I don't know how many of those were her own rebounds, but your other opponents are missing shots, and your teammates are missing shots as well. But you got to be there to vacuum it, pick them up, and put them in there. So, and if you put it back, you score points.
Do you know how tall she is?
I do not.
Because players who get a lot of rebounds, typically they're pretty tall, right?
Yeah, pretty tall, and they're also aggressive,
right?
Because they're going after that rock. So congratulations to Reese. We have not updated our website yet to where you'll be able to see the list of 2025 players of the week. I'll be doing that here shortly. But you can see everybody who was a player of the week in 2024. And you can also see the 2023 player of the year, which was Cole Miller.
Yes.
From Paint Valley. And soon we will have an extra presentation in regards to Ainsley Weaver, the National Elks Hoop Shoot champion.
Another trophy will be out there in the world.
And for her as well.
Yes.
One more piece of hardware.
Yes.
And she's just 10 years old.
I'm sure she doesn't have enough.
That's right. She's already got shelves that are probably being built for what's ahead in the future. All right. This date in history takes us to 1811. We'll discuss next.
First, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane. 92 years of serving propane users in southern and central Ohio. Reliable supply, reliable service, reliable people.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Now that's one fast mower. Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
Accurate heating, cooling, and plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. You know, if we get this weather we're expecting on Sunday and Monday, you're going to need your heater, first of all.
You're going to need Accurate.
You're going to need Accurate. And if your power goes out, they have generators that they can install for you as well. Whether they can do it before Sunday, I don't know. That's up to them and their schedule, I suppose. But there's a number of folks who have those generators that have been installed by Accurate.
Right.
So they know what they're doing. If you want to learn more, just click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com, and it takes you right to AccurateHVAC.com. This date in history. I don't know if my 7th grade history teacher is related to this individual or not. My history teacher was Mr. Pickering.
Maybe.
Well, 1811, U.S. Senator Timothy Pickering, a Federalist from Massachusetts, becomes the first senator to be censured when the Senate approves a motion against him by a vote of 20-7. And if he is related to my history teacher, why didn't we learn this in history class?
Some scandal in the family.
Precisely. Pickering was accused of violating congressional law by publicly revealing secret documents communicated by the president to the Senate.
He was an early whistleblower.
Yeah, an early wiki leaker. Wiki leaker,
yes.
I guess would be one way of saying that. All right, that's it for today's program on this Thursday. It is January 2nd, and coming up again tomorrow, Mike Smith and Aaron Glandon will have this show for you, and then we'll have high school basketball Friday night from Beaver down in Pike County, and Saturday from outside Lancaster at Fairfield Union. Saturday night, both those games taking the air about 7:20 or so.
Yes.
All right. Any final words?
If you're tuned in to Litter Media Radio, we might be performing a test shortly.
Correct. So it's only a test. Just remember that. But you want to tune in to Litter Media Radio. You can hear previous conversations we've had with our special editions. And, of course, certainly with the live basketball updates, you'll be able to find that too. And you can find Litter Media Radio by simply going to littermedia.com.
It's so simple, and it's free.
That's pretty cool.
It is cool.
Simple and free. We like that because we're simple, and I'm married.
I'm engaged.
You're promised,
yes.
So I guess we're not free in that respect. So
we live in America.
Yes, we do have freedom, except for what our wives tell us. So, all right, that's a look at what's going on. Thank you for watching. And we'll talk to you soon with another edition of Litter Media Live.